The only way that a feeling of post-breakup defeat can survive is if you are still in the game and the opposition seems to be thriving amid your perceived downfall. Death disables defeat from seeping into your psyche because there are no players in the face of death. Death is the ultimate leveler, and even though this is not a game, you still want to win. So back to the main problem. How can you accept this death when all you see is your ex living a much happier life that you can no longer access? It's easy for friends and family to say, "Things will get better with some distance. Time heals everything. You dodged a bullet. Just turn inward. Put yourself first. Take yourself out on a date." None of this is applicable, nor does it make any sense right now. In fact, it makes you feel worse. You can't feel hopeful for healing from the passage of time when right now you don't feel like you can make it through the next hour. And how are you supposed to turn inward, take yourself out on a date, and put yourself first when you and all of your best efforts weren't even good enough for your undeserving ex to put you first? Breakups are a death that is forever subject to resurrection. You could move on in the most life-changing ways and still, at any point, even many years down the line, you get a call or a text from an unknown number that you don't know why, but it looks so familiar. You get an unsolicited update on his status from a mutual friend or from your sister after she ran into his. He pops up in your social media notifications right when you finally start moving on with your life and feeling like yourself again. You may even run into him in a city too big to make any sense of how he's suddenly standing right in front of you. And just like that, there's one less ex who's 6 feet under in your relational graveyard. With toxic exes in particular, breakups used to ignite a sense of entitlement in me. I assumed all the pain, suffering, and failure was just a rite of passage on my way to the happily ever after I had earned. It had to be. I was a good person, and even though I struggled with enforcing standards, loving myself, and being a total contradiction, I knew on some level that I was a catch. This pain was just me having to pay my dues, so I would never take for granted the guy who was going to come along to save me, complete me, and see everything in me that I could not see in myself. Believing in this eventual return on investment was the only thing that made the pain survivable, but it came at a cost. The cost was my power, self-respect, and the life I was so willing to exchange for a license renewal on delusion. Being a good person who can endure toxic relationships does not entitle you to be saved by a man, whose job should never be to save anyone. Nor does it prevent you from being a doormat in the lives of people who have no problem hijacking yours. Endurance will never attract the life you want, nor will it birth the winner you are about to become.